This weekend I spent a lot of time cleaning old hardware. It came from a smoker's house, but the result is nice and clean hardware. So in this video we gonna test out some of it. I gonna try out the 440BX chipset motherboards and some video cards and memory and CPUs to see if it's still working. So here we have the box with cleaned hardware. We have a lot of memory modules, CPUs and coolers, Sound Blaster Live. We have motherboards here, some 440BX motherboards and 486 motherboards. And here a stack of video cards. Here we have a very cute motherboard. It has a slot 1 CPU socket, 2 SD-RAM slots, HCP, PCI, ISA. It's a micro ATX and it is really nice for a small build. And I think it is a ZX chipset and audio on board. So in this video I will try out this motherboard because I think it's really cute and small. Here we have a 486 motherboard with PCI and a socket 3 and 72 pin memory banks. But in this video I don't gonna try the 486 motherboards because that is much more work, and I pulled off some batteries of some motherboards, so I need to solder them again. And this motherboard has a Dallas chip, but it was in a socket, so let's place it back. Here we have a wonderful Asus motherboard. It's the P3B-F. And I bought a motherboard like this brand new in 1999 for my build. And this is one of the best 440BX motherboards. And we're gonna try it out in this video. Here we have another 486 motherboard with PCI. And here was the battery and I cut it off. But I punctured the battery while cutting it off. So after 1 hour I was smelling something strange. And the battery was leaking and putting out some stuff, so I threw it out of my room. So be careful with the old batteries, because even when they are 25-year old they can still give a reaction. And another 486 motherboard with a socket 2 and PCI and a SIS chipset, but this one has a normal CR2032 battery. So this is a really awesome motherboard. And here another 486 motherboard with PCI, and here was a tiny battery. So I probably need to put another battery in, but it looks like it can have a 2032 socket in here. This motherboard is awesome. It's the Asus P2B-D. And the D stands for dual slot 1 with a 440BX chipset, 4 memory banks, 4 PCI, HCP and ISA slots. Only what's missing here is the S option from this motherboard, and that's the SCSI controller. And here one of the brackets, the plastic broke, so it is loose. So I need to get a replacement bracket or fix it. And the CPU cooler fell off because the plastic like this pin is totally gone. We're gonna try out if this motherboard will work. And here we have the best motherboard of the 440BX motherboards, in my opinion then. That's the Asus P2B-DS. So dual and SCSI on board. So we have an Adaptec SCSI controller here with 86 pins. I think it's an Ultra 2 wide controller. And this is an absolute awesome motherboard. It's a workstation motherboard and I really love this motherboard. But I have more than one of those motherboards, because there in a system we have one, but that is unbuilt. And above on the shelves we have a brand new one. And this motherboard, when I was 17 years old, was my dream board. And now I have several of them. Nice. And we're gonna try out if it still works. And we have a Sound Blaster Live. And 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 this is a special one because this one is a Sound Blaster Live. Always good to have. I have probably now 25 Sound Blaster Lives in my collection. Here we have a Viper V770 and this is a TNT2 Ultra. Here we have the Matrox G200 and it's a dual head card with 32 megabytes of memory. This is a Matrox G450. This is like the same card as a G400 but with a different memory configuration. Here we have a Voodoo 2000 PCI and here we have an Hercules 3D Prophet 2 GTS 64 megabyte. So this is a GeForce 2. And here we have an Hercules 3D Prophet 4500 and this is a Kiro 2 chipset and that's pretty rare. And here we have an ATI All-in-Wonder X800 and this one has also a TV tuner built in. And it's quite a heavy card. And here we have an Asus V8200 T2 Deluxe 64 megabyte. I'm not sure what it exactly is, but it is a nice card with also TV in and out and all the options. So we have Pentium 2 and Pentium 3 CPUs. This is a Pentium 3 450 and another Pentium 3 450 and another Pentium 3 450. And here we have two Pentium 2 350s. These are the dual fan coolers from the Pentium 2s and this kind of cooler also works on the AMD Athlon slot A. And here the cooling of the Pentium 3s. And here we have a lot of SD RAM, probably more than enough to fill up all the slots of the motherboards, and most sticks are 256 megabytes of memory. Let's first test out this motherboard with a 440ZX chipset, and I can't find any brand on this motherboard, so let's try if it still works. And let's put in Pentium 3 450. And the video card that I'm gonna use for this test is first the Matrox G450 because this is a good testing card. Fresh BIOS battery. Nothing. Okay, here we have the speaker. And this is the power. And it doesn't turn on, but the first try I had one fan spin. I think I'm gonna set this motherboard to the side and first try the P3B-F, because this motherboard I have much more experience with. That's better. That's not better, but it at least gives something. Okay, let's swap out the video card for the Matrox G400. Okay, it's not a video card. Let's check the memory. Yes, that sounds correct. Oh, I forgot to plug in the keyboard. Okay, Pentium 3 450, all the memories detected. Floppy disk failed as correct. Okay, nice. This motherboard is working. And the funny thing is, this motherboard with the Pentium 3 450 and a Matrox G400 was my configuration from 1999. And I'm probably gonna rebuild it someday. Okay, let's see if it was the memory bank or the memory module. I hope it was just the memory module. Okay, this memory module is considered to be broken. Let's try the small motherboard again. Okay, that's better. And it's beeping, so maybe the Matrox G450 has problems. What kind of motherboard is this? I have no clue. I'm not sure what it is, but the set is working. So this is really a nice tiny motherboard to make a micro build. And the nice thing is you can use an HDP video card, a PCI network card, and you can choose, for example, 2 Voodoo 2 in SLI on this board, and you have sound on board. So you have all the basic functions for a gaming machine, and you fill out all the slots, and you can make it really compact. Okay, I put back the Matrox G450 and it's not turning on. Oh, also with the Matrox G400 it doesn't turn on anymore. Strange motherboard. So maybe this motherboard is broken, but has like a trace on the motherboard that is broken and make contact sometimes. So not sure, but it is not the best motherboard on the world, so it's not a loss if it's not working. I don't gonna waste more time in this video with this board. Maybe I gonna try it out without making a video, but maybe you'd never see this board again on the channel. Now let's test out the real deal, the awesome Asus P2B-D series. I mean dual slot 1, that is just epic. And this board has a broken off bracket, but I'm gonna test it out with the Pentium 2 350s that were in this board. And we don't need the bracket for the test. And also the chipset cooler is missing. I'm just gonna try if this board is working. And later I will just fix it up and make it a nice board if it's working. Okay, the coolers are worn out, but it is making noise. So let's see if the system works. It doesn't give a display yet. Not a single beep, and that is quite strange. Normally motherboards will beep something, but now it's just nothing. Not sure what's wrong with this board. Maybe it's broken. That's really a possibility. I mean, the board is 20 years old, and maybe it's not handled the right all time. Yeah, sometimes motherboards will die. So also this board needs to be checked out more in depth, but I don't gonna do that in this video. We are not that lucky today, that is... I was hoping, yeah, 4 working motherboards, but no, not today. So let's do the last motherboard of today, the P2B-DS with the SCSI controller. And let's hope that this board is working, but this one is just with the chipset cooler and the brackets are okay and the caps are all nice and shiny. So let's try it out. Let's hope for the best. And we're gonna try with 2 Pentium 3 450 MHz. I also have a set of Pentium 2 400 matched pair, and Pentium 3 500 matched pair, and Pentium 3 600 with 512 KB cache also matched pair. So I have enough CPU options for the motherboards like this. So let's find another memory stick from the big stack. Let's hope for the best. I think that was a memory error, but the keyboard lights are flashing. The CPU coolers are with a normal sound because the intercoolers are much better than the aftermarket shit. Okay, the keyboard is working, so maybe the video card is not working. We are not really lucky today with all the parts that do randomly things. Yes, that's better. With the Riva TNT Ultra. Pentium 3 450, 256 MB, 2 CPUs detected. This is looking much better. The SCSI controller is now trying to detect drives. Okay, this board seems to be in an okay state. I was really hoping that at least this board was working and the P3B-F. So let's try out some of the other video cards. Okay, the Hercules Prophet with the Kiro 2 chipset is also working. Okay, the GeForce 2 is also working. Okay, the Voodoo 3 is working. Let's try this Asus card, where I don't know the specs. Oh, and the fan seems broken. But the card, it's not really working. It has render faults or artifacts, I mean the memory test is colorful. And here in the site we have a line. So I think this card can be considered as broken in my collection. Let's test again the Matrox cards, because I really hope they are working, because I don't have much G400s with 32 MB of memory in my collection. I have the G400 Max cards, I have 2 or 3, but a normal G400 I have only 1 or maybe 2 with this card. Okay, the card is working, so maybe there's a contact that needs to have more cleaning. Oh, but there's some strange artifacts. This is not correct. I will put this on the stack that I gonna try out more later, because it's not doing what it should do. Yeah, the Matrox G450 works better, no artifacts. So this is just the reality of testing old hardware. Not everything is working, and I got a lot of hardware in, so I test everything out, so I only put in my collection things that I have tested. But it is really awesome that we have a working Asus P2B-DS, and this is a really awesome workstation motherboard with HCP, so we can have nice graphic cards and 2 CPU slots. It supports 1 GB of memory, so we have a really powerful system with this motherboard. And also, if you build a server, this is a really good board, because there's SCSI on board, ECC support, lots of expansion slots. I want to make at least one really cool workstation build with a board like this, and maybe a game server with a board like this. I was hoping the other board without the SCSI was maybe a good board for the game server, but it is broken, so we probably need to have a game server also with SCSI on board. Oh, what a terrible problem that we need to have SCSI on board. But this board is really awesome, I love it. And also the nice Asus P3B-F is a nice overclocking board with 6 PCI slots and of course an ESA slot. You have also a version with 5 PCI and 2 ESA slots, also on P3B-F. And if you are looking for a good 440BX motherboard, look for an Asus P3B-F, because they are really solid. And I probably have now 4 of them. And we have a working GeForce 2. A working TNT2 Ultra, a working 3D Prophet 4500 with a Kiro 2 chipset, a working Matrox G450, and a working 3DFX Voodoo 3 3000 PCI. The memory I'm gonna probably test out in my test bench another day. It's a lot of 256 MB stick, so it's worth testing them out. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video, subscribe and leave a comment. You can join Retro Machines on Facebook and support me monthly on Patreon. And you can support me by using my Amazon affiliated links down in the description. And did you know I have Twitter?
A reminder that the Black Mesa Hazard Course Decathlon will commence this evening at 1900 hours in the Level 3 facility. The semi-finals for high security personnel will be announced in a separate secure access transmission. Remember, More lives than your own may depend on your fitness.